We look at those soot-stained photos and think, that was then. We are different now. We believe that because we no longer stand at a loom, because we have high-speed internet and the freedom to work from a cafe, we have escaped the industrial machine. We believe the factory is a place of the past, but the factory did not disappear. It just became invisible. It moved from the physical world into your nervous system. It traded brick walls for digital clouds. The industrial age didn't end. It reached its final, most perfect form. Today we are living in the invisible factory. In this final chapter, we explain how the logic of 1850 became the algorithm of 2025, and why you feel like you can never truly leave work. In the 1880s, the factory was a brutal place, but it had one mercy. It had a gate. When the worker walked through that gate at the end of their shift, the machine stopped. The owner no longer owned their eyes or their hands. The separation between work and life was physical, enforced by brick and mortar. The modern world has demolished that gate. Through the schedules we discussed in Episode 3, the system realized that physical presence was a limitation. To truly scale, the system needed to be everywhere. Think about your current freedom. You can answer emails at a dinner table. You can sync with your team from a beach. We call this flexibility. But in the logic of industrial engineering, this is actually total integration. When work has no fixed location, work has no boundaries. You are no longer paid to be at a place. You are paid to be a node in a network. In the invisible factory, the shift never ends because the machine, the global digital economy, never sleeps. We have gained the ability to work anywhere, but we have lost the right to be unreachable anywhere. We explored why industrial systems reward predictability over judgment in the 1900s. This was enforced by a man with a stopwatch, the foreman. He stood over the worker, measuring every movement to eliminate waste. Today, the foreman is an algorithm. Whether you are a delivery driver being tracked by GPS, or a corporate executive whose performance is measured by OKRs and KPIs, you are being subjected to the ultimate form of Taylorism. The system no longer needs to watch your body. It watches your data. The algorithm is the perfect industrial manager. It doesn't get tired. It has no empathy. It doesn't care if you had a bad night's sleep or if you are feeling uninspired. It only cares about consistency and scale. If you fall outside the predicted output, the system flags you as a malfunctioning part. This is why modern work feels so hollow. You aren't being asked to solve problems. You are being asked to satisfy a metric. We have become the new gears, not made of steel, but of data points. Perhaps the most successful engineering project of the industrial age wasn't the steam engine, but the industrial mind. Why do you feel guilty when you do nothing? Why does a Sunday afternoon of unproductive rest feel like a failure? When time became money, we stopped seeing time as a medium for living and started seeing it as a resource for spending. We have internalized the factory logic so deeply that we now act as our own foreman. Even our hobbies have become industrialized. We don't just run. We track our pace and post it for social capital. We don't just read. We set reading goals. We have turned our internal lives into a series of production targets. This is the digital cage. We are no longer forced into the factory by the threat of starvation. We are kept in the factory by our own conditioned need to be valuable. The system has convinced us that a human being without a use is a human being without worth. To feed, clothe, and connect 8 billion people, the system requires absolute reliability. It cannot afford your creativity if that creativity makes the supply chain unpredictable. It cannot afford your autonomy if it breaks the synchronization of the global machine. We have accepted this trade-off. We enjoy the cheap goods, the instant communication, and the comforts of the modern world. But we must be honest about the cost. The cost of a perfectly scaled world is the individual. The more a system scales, the less it can tolerate the unique, the slow, and the human. We are living in a masterpiece of engineering, but it is a masterpiece that was never intended for us to live in as humans, only as functions. So, how do we leave the invisible factory? The truth is, we cannot simply destroy the machine. We are too dependent on it, but we can stop worshiping it. The first step to freedom is recognition. Recognize that your anxiety is not a personal failure. It is a systemic requirement. Recognize that your unproductive time is not wasted. It is the only time you are truly alive. The industrial age tried to turn the world into a clock, precise, cold, and eternal. But you are not a gear. You are a biological entity with rhythms that no algorithm can truly capture. The system wants you to be predictable. It wants you to be reliable. It wants you to be a part of the scale. Thank you for watching this series. If this exploration of the industrial age has changed how you see your daily life, consider sharing it with someone else trapped in the machine. Who owns your time? Now you know the answer. It's time to take it back.